Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Hazeeq, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Moonriver. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right hand corner of the screen. And also there's a donation link down below in the description. Feel free to support the kids in Gaza. Even a few dollars is going to make a change. Now let's jump into the TA. So on the daily chart, you can see that we're actually doing really good. I was expecting Moonriver to drop a bit lower than this, to be honest with you. Like, I knew $20 is going to be a nice support, and that's what I gave you. And you can see we wicked to that area twice on the 28th and the 29th of December. But we had a nice bounce from there. So if you were looking to enter, and as always, I tell you not to have round numbers in your buying levels, or sorry, buy limit orders and sell limit orders. So potentially, let's say you entered at $20.90. You could have had a 55% move here because we pumped to $32.50. But I wouldn't be taking that trade, to be honest with you. If you were looking to enter for, for long term, I would wait. I would wait a bit more, at least a bounce off the 20 MA here again, around $20. That would be a great entry. Of course, if we go lower, then feel free to continue dollar cost averaging. But in all honesty, once again, I mentioned this in the last video, you should have been buying here. So why weren't you buying down here? Why do you want to buy it now? So you didn't want to buy it here, but you want to buy it when it pumped and did like a 4 or 5x or whatever. Why? You have to be ready to buy during these times so that you can reap the rewards. That's the way it works. But if you're going to buy here right now because of your FOMO, we're going to see a dump, for example, and back to $10, and you're down 50% on your investment. And you have to wait until we, start consolidating, accumulating, and then have the next breakout. So this is why you have to be very active in the space even during bearish times. So I would say $20 your first good entry. Then we have, based on this Fibbonacci, which is set up from the local bottom in October to the local top in February, we could be looking at $19.25, $16.30, and then of course this local top at $11.81. If you have buy limit orders throughout all of these levels, you should be fine. Even if you're asleep, you're on a plane, you're at work, we get a dip, you still get filled in. That's the point here. Now the RSI did retrace a bit lower, and that's good to see. So we're kind of cooling off. I don't think we're that cool on the weekly. We still have to retrace a bit lower. But let me tell you, if we're able to hold $20 and have the next move from here, this is a really good sign, because if we don't break below the daily 20 MA and we have another move to the upside, that is going to show that we're probably not coming back down to those $10, $11 marks that some people are expecting. And what next levels would I be looking at? Of course, $45 here would be a very, very strong level based on this March 2022 low. And as you can see, we pretty much retraced to that level on December 26th. And you also have a few levels after that. So you have the 2.272 and the 2.414. That's $53 and $62 respectively. And then you have this local high from March 2022 at $99, $95 roughly. So those would be your targets moving forward. But I would want a local bottom to be printed first before we set targets to the upside, because we need to set up a Fibonacci retracement here and see what other targets we could be looking at. Before that happens, let's just hope that we can get a retracement so that those of you who haven't bought in can buy in. And if we're not going to get a retracement, just look for a different coin that still hasn't pumped. And for those of you holding, for those of you who were buying down here, congratulations. This is only the start, and if you're staking and you're making passive income while we're only... Okay, well, that's not only okay. I wanted to make a point there, but 2,000% to the all-time high, that is quite a bit. So as you know, we are targeting anywhere between $237 to $171 for our exits. that is where I'm planning to start exiting. And if anything changes, if Polkadot 2.0 is going to be a huge thing, then of course we're going to shift those targets and my patrons will be advised first. Now let's switch over to the weekly chart. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at the weekly real quick here, you can see that we had this massive resistance block from $85 down to $45. We wicked towards that block, got rejected, and now we're coming back down. So the 55 EMA here is going to be a massive support level at $18.40. So that would be a very good retest. And the 20 EMA on the weekly is something that we're waiting for, because we need that to catch up with the 55, have the bullish cross, and then we're off to the races, because a bullish cross in these in this kind of environment is essentially confirmation of the bull market for that particular project. And I think once we're above $85, it's going to be really easy for us to get to $200. So then again, if we get to $200 in the first half of 2024, I'm definitely not going to be selling that early. I might take some profits, but I'm not going to be selling my entire bag there, because if Bitcoin is barely breaking above its all-time high, and we have altcoins like Moonriver and GLMR getting close to their all-time high, then of course that means we're going to be breaking above the all-time high and moving even past that. So it's all going to come. Just be careful, be patient. Now, don't FOMO in, guys. If you have a strategy, stick to that strategy and you should be fine. If you have any questions down below, let me know. And let me know what is your average buying price. Stay safe and take care.